Hello, my name is John Glenn from the History of Comedy class, and I will be doing my presentation on George Carlin. Who was this person and how did he get into comedy? This man is named George Carlin. He was born in New York, May 1937, and died in June 2008 at the age of 71 years old. George was a stand-up comedian, actor, and an author. Most of his performances came from black comedy, English language, politics, religion, psychology, and other taboo subjects. He enlisted in the Air Force after dropping out of high school, which led him to begin talk radio jobs, working with Jack Burns, who was another famous comedian. Being friends with Jack gave him so many new opportunities that it even led him to end up on The Tonight Show, and soon after, his stand-up comedian career had started. In the early 1960s, Carlin got his start as a stand-up comic by performing on the Las Vegas circuit and entertaining TV audiences. Carlin enjoyed moderate success until the mid-70s, where he reinvented his image and adopted a less conventional and somewhat vulgar comedy routine. What was their distinguishing comedic style or strategy? Carlin's scripted monologues began to represent his attitude towards the world, in which explored the highly sensitive issues of Vietnam, politics, religion, American culture, drugs, and the demise of humanity and the right to free speech. Carlin pushed the limits to stand-up comedy. Carlin was known for comedy that had extended setups that usually led to a punchline that was very profound. His use of vulgar language got him fired from many places, and his comedy made you see the many inconsistencies in politics, life, and the world itself. What was their contribution to the history of comedy? Carlin was widely regarded as one of the most important and influential American stand-up comics of all time. Carlin was dubbed by one newspaper to be the Dean of Counterculture Comedians. In 1972, Carlin was arrested for violating obscenity laws in Milwaukee after his infamous routine, 7 words you can never say on television. The U.S. Supreme Court upheld the government's right to penalize stations that broadcast such material on public airways during the hours 6 a.m. and 10 p.m., when young people may typically tune in. Many people would say that George was the first to bring in observational comedy. Observational comedy is the humor found in everyday aspects of life. For example, Carlin explained it as, did you ever notice how when you do this and you don't do that, then this happens? Carlin was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1987.